Hello, guys, and welcome back to The Wandering Wind. I am your host, Gregory, and today I want to talk a bit about something that I recall from my days in therapy. Yeah, I went quite insane there for a while, and I needed professional help. I'm better now. Well, that's what they all say. Anyway, um, so I wanted to talk about a bit about thinking errors. Now, first of all, we must define what a thinking error actually is. And a thinking error at its base quality is basically an error in thinking, but it's kind of self-explanatory, but more specifically, it's a it's a particular kind of thinking we have about the world around us that distorts our understanding of the world around us. So, for example, generalizing, especially with people groups or with situations, is one of the greatest thinking errors that everyone suffers from because, okay, think about it this way. Racism. Racism is built on generalizations. It's built on the idea that since one is like this, all are like this. And so that generalization is basically the thought or the action of basing an opinion of a group of people or a group of things or a generalized portrait of things based on limited data or based on one person. So that's the first kind of thinking error. The second kind of thinking error is all or nothing thinking. Now, this one used to get me in a lot of trouble back when I was a youth. All or nothing thinking is like, if I can't win, nobody wins. Or, if you defeat me, you're going with me. Or if you kill me, you're going with me, or something like that. So basically, all or nothing thinking is either I win or nobody does. That is a very dangerous position to have your mind in, especially for someone who is a deemed or proven sociopath. Because if you're a sociopath and you get into the all or nothing thinking mode, you can easily escalate from or even accelerate from petty crimes to the worst things imaginable. So there. A third kind of thinking error is magical thinking. Now, this is also sometimes called fantasticism or something like that. But basically, magical thinking or denial is the action of thinking that, oh, well, if I just believe it's not true, it won't be. Or if I just believe it's not happening, it isn't. That is usually where we get into the methodology of psychoses, as far as this person is suffering from dementia or from hallucinations or disassociation or something along those lines, where they disassociate from the rest of the world either willingly or subconsciously unwillingly. So it's a fine line between denial and dementia. Just saying. And then finally, the last bit of thinking errors that I actually remember is the thinking error of minimalization, and that is the practice of minimizing the impact that your actions have in your own viewpoint, or minimizing the importance of certain decisions you make. Now, minimization, especially when it comes to recidivism among criminals is very, very prevalent, because a lot of criminals that get out of the system and go back out into the world think, oh, well, if I just kind of lie on my application, it's not a big deal because I'm not doing anything wrong. I haven't committed any crimes and yada yada, or whatever may have you. But the rate of recidivism is directly linked to minimalization in the mind of the offenders, because, or in the mind of the parolee or whatever, because after you minimize one action, it's easy to minimize all actions until you're at the point to where, oh, well, it doesn't matter whether or not I do the same thing that got me in trouble before again. It's okay, or whatever. I mean, to be honest, it's very dangerous sometimes, the way that we think. And so I think it's just kind of really, it's really a slippery slope when it comes to how we view our situations and where our thinking goes and then where we end up. It's very dangerous to minimalize these kinds of issues. So anyway, that's a bit of just a bit of what I picked up through therapy and stuff. So if you enjoyed that, if you learned something from it, please hit that like button. If you want to help me out by watching some more of my videos, please feel free. There'll be a playlist up in the top right. There'll be a video up in the top left. Here will be a subscription button, and if you want to help me out by subscribing, please do. Thank you guys so very much, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.